Hey everyone, welcome back to History Rewind, where we bring the past to life. Today, we're diving into the fascinating and complex history of England. From ancient tribes to global empires, it's all coming up. So let's begin. Long before kings ruled England, prehistoric people lived here. As early as 800,000 years ago, humans roamed this land. The most iconic site? Stonehenge. Built over 4,000 years ago, this mysterious monument still puzzles historians. Its giant stones, some brought from 150 miles away, stand in perfect alignment with the sun's movements. Was it a religious temple? An astronomical calendar? We may never know, but it shows that prehistoric Britons were far from primitive. The first recorded encounter with England came in 55 and 54 BC, when Julius Caesar launched expeditions across the English Channel. Though brief, they marked the start of Rome's interest in Britain. Nearly a century later, in 43 AD, Emperor Claudius invaded and began the Roman conquest. Britain became the Roman province of Britannia. Romans brought roads, baths, temples, and even built Hadrian's Wall in the north to keep out Scottish tribes. Their influence lasted almost 400 years, blending Roman and Celtic cultures. But by the early 400s, the Roman Empire was crumbling, and its legions withdrew, leaving Britain open to new invaders. After the Romans left, Anglo-Saxon tribes from Germany and Denmark settled in the land. They formed kingdoms like Wessex, Mercia, and Northumbria, laying the roots of the English language and culture. But in the late 8th century, the Vikings arrived, fierce warriors and seafarers from Scandinavia. They raided monasteries, sacked towns, and soon began settling in parts of England. One of the most famous Viking figures is Ragnar Lodbrok, a legendary warrior king said to have led daring raids across England and France. While historians debate whether he was real or myth, his name became feared across Anglo-Saxon lands. In response, King Alfred the Great rose to defend his kingdom of Wessex. He not only stopped the Viking advance, but also began uniting the English under one crown. By the early 10th century, England was on its way to becoming a single kingdom. In 1066, England faced a succession crisis. After King Edward the Confessor died without an heir, three powerful men claimed the throne: Harold Godwinson, the English nobleman; Harald Hardrada, the Viking king of Norway; and William, Duke of Normandy. First came the Vikings. Harald Hardrada, with support from Harold's own brother, invaded from the north. Harold Godwinson defeated them at the Battle of Stamford Bridge, ending the Viking threat. But his army was exhausted. Just days later, William of Normandy landed in the south. Harold marched his weary troops to face him and was killed at the Battle of Hastings. William the Conqueror became king and introduced Norman rule, bringing French culture, feudalism, and stone castles. The English language and legal system would never be the same again. The Middle Ages were full of war and transformation. In 1215, King John was forced to sign the Magna Carta, limiting royal power and laying the groundwork for modern democracy. England fought in the Crusades and the 100 Years' War with France. Then, in 1348, the Black Death struck, killing nearly half the population. It was a time of suffering, but also progress. Parliament gained power, towns grew, and English identity strengthened. In 1485, Henry Tudor became king, founding the famous Tudor dynasty. His son, Henry VIII, famously broke from the Catholic Church to create the Church of England, all to divorce his wife. This sparked the English Reformation, a turning point in religious history. His daughter, Elizabeth I, led during a golden age, defeating the Spanish Armada, encouraging explorers, and supporting the arts. Under her rule, England rose as a world power. The Stuarts came next. Tensions grew between the monarchy and Parliament, leading to the English Civil War. King Charles III was executed in 1649, and England became a republic under Oliver Cromwell. After Cromwell's death, the monarchy returned with Charles II. But the balance of power had shifted. England was now moving toward constitutional monarchy, where Parliament had more control than the king. By the 18th century, England was changing fast. The Industrial Revolution began here, powered by inventions like the steam engine, spinning jenny, and coal-fueled factories. This gave England enormous economic and technological advantages. With growing wealth and a powerful navy, England expanded its reach overseas. What began as trading posts soon became colonies. Through wars, alliances, and exploration, England took control of vast territories. It colonized lands in Africa, Asia, the Caribbean, and North America. By the 19th century, England led the British Empire, the largest empire in history, covering nearly a quarter of the world's population and land. The phrase, "the sun never sets on the British Empire," became true. But this global dominance also came at a cost: colonialism, exploitation, and resistance from local populations. While England spread language, railways, and law, it also disrupted cultures and economies across the world. The 20th century brought two devastating global conflicts. In World War I, England suffered heavy losses on the front lines. But it was World War II that truly tested the nation's spirit. In 1940, with Nazi Germany threatening to invade, Winston Churchill became Prime Minister. His powerful speeches and unshakable resolve inspired the British people during their darkest days. He famously declared, "We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall never surrender." Under Churchill's leadership, England stood strong during the Blitz, forged powerful alliances, and played a central role in defeating Hitler. After the war, the British Empire began to dissolve as colonies gained independence. England shifted from imperial power to modern democracy, diverse, innovative, and globally connected. Today, England remains a symbol of resilience, history, and cultural influence around the world. And that's the story of England, from ancient stones to global power. Got a historical topic you want us to cover next? Let us know in the comments.